Hello everyone, my name is Kayla and welcome to my YouTube channel. So recently I've been seeing this trend going on TikTok where women will draw either their own nudes or other women's nudes in a thermal aesthetic. And I think it's a really interesting trend, and I actually participated in it and I drew it digitally. It is not in particular anybody's nudes. It was inspired by a photo I found of a woman in a bikini and I just made it into a nude form. And I wanted to come on here, just have a little chit chat with you guys about the topics that come to my mind when I look at this trend. Yeah, if that sounds interesting to you guys at all, continue watching. So, first of all, I would just like to preface that I am in no way, shape, or form a painter, so don't expect anything too good. But yeah, so let's just get into this. I think that this is actually a really cool trend. I think that it's really nice to see women like embracing their bodies. I haven't really seen a lot of hate for women on TikTok who are showing their nudes. I mostly see just other women hyping them up, which is great to see. And I haven't really seen, like I said, any sexist comments yet. I bet there are. This kind of comes back to the whole thing about like OnlyFans, and like men will completely shit on women who want to be, who want to do OnlyFans, but they'll praise porn stars. Why is that different? The difference between this is that OnlyFans is run, like, women get to decide what they want to put on OnlyFans and decide how comfortable they are with something. In porn, usually a male's directing and a male's telling a woman what to do, and it's for the male gaze. And I have a lot of issues with porn. We're not going to get into that. Like, both genders have insecurities. Men that I've seen are more confident in themselves than a lot of like let's say there's two average looking people, right? An average woman and an average man. I think that an average man is more confident in himself than like an average looking woman is. And I think that's because a lot of people will compare women to other men, because a lot of times women are, like, especially if you're a young female, you're told that, like, it's kind of seen as cringy to like a male celebrity. It's like you're judged for liking someone. You're judged for, being a fan of, you're judged for finding men attractive. Okay, so it's like young girl liking One Direction is annoying and cringy, but you having a crush on like Kate Upton is okay. Why? Another issue I have is media. An attractive man doesn't have to literally be a good looking man. He can just be an interesting guy. Look at an attractive girl, or like the love interest. Like, they'll say like, oh, she's so different from other girls, she doesn't like girl stuff. So why is that the attractive thing to you? You heard in your life a female character while talking to another character talk about a man and say he's so interesting, he's so great, because he's not like other guys, he doesn't like male stuff. No, you never have, and you never will. And that's because feminine things are perceived as, seen as less valuable to society, and male interests are seen as superior interests. So I was on TikTok and I saw a guy say, can we please start normalizing men wearing skirts? And I'm so on board with this, and I'll tell you why. It's because men should be able to wear what they want. If men start wearing skirts, then people will stop sexualizing skirts, because the fact that some people will look at a woman in a skirt and say that she's asking for anything is absolutely disgusting. Back to men and clothes. I'm like, this is gonna be an interesting topic. And I know this whole thing was about women, but I think that men embracing femininity plays a part in women. Like, when Harry Styles did the interview with, I think he was doing the thing on Corden. Was his name Corden? Whatever. Where he was doing like the thing with Kendall Jenner, and they were spill your guts, or fill your guts, and he had nail polish on. I remember one of my friends asked me, "What do you think about that?" He was wearing pearls and he had his nail polish on, and I was like, "Oh, I don't really know how I feel about men and nail polish." And after that, I started seeing that a lot of straight men started to paint their nails, like Julian. I saw a lot of straight men on TikTok. Curtis Connor painted his nails. It looked normal. And seeing a lot of Harry Styles with painting nails. And again, it just started to seem normal to me. This is the thing. Whatever we think about is normal in society, it's really easy for it to change. You might think, oh, it's like, you know, a man wearing a skirt is so weird. And you might think that because you haven't been exposed to it. And you just see so much of it, it kind of just is okay to look at. And yeah, so my point with that is that I feel like with men embracing their femininity and women have always been embracing masculinity because it's been pushed upon us. When men embrace feminine attributes, it starts to give value to feminine traits. So just, I don't know, it's a really sad thing that like women's interests can only be appreciated if men get into it. And I think like Harry Styles is a really big component of this. I aspire to be like Harry Styles. He is a like male, like he's an icon of attractiveness to women, if that makes sense. So he is showing that by being feminine and embracing that, you can still be attractive. I think it's important that we not only allow but embrace men wearing female clothing. I think it's interesting women to find attractive how we actually find attractive. I think it's like, you know, you're told as a child that you want a masculine man. In the past, like the sexiest men alive were like Channing Tatum, and now the most attractive men are like Timothy Chalamet or Harry Styles. I'm going on a weird tangent and I don't really know what my point is, and I'm kind of getting distracted. So yeah. Give it to me all you need, babe. Random thing I thought about while I thought about that song is the lyrics of that song are actually really interesting. It says like, girls can never say they need it, and then he starts talking about like what she wants, and there's this like stigma that I noticed where female rappers cannot, or singers, cannot really talk about sexuality, especially I think rappers. I remember like I knew a guy and he would constantly talk about how he would find it uncomfortable for women to talk about their sexuality in songs. I kind of was like, that's okay, you know, that's just his opinion. But it's like, you know, you have to think like why did he find it uncomfortable? Like, because the thing is, like, you know, he never said anything like, oh, I find it uncomfortable when men talk about, you know, like things they do with women. The thing is, again, it's not just that the topic of sex made him uncomfortable, like that women were expressing it. And I think it's a lot, like people would always ridicule Nicki Minaj for how sexual her lyrics were. Yeah, so here it is. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this little chit-chatty video talking about some issues, some topics. So I guess I'll just end it like this. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. It was a little bit of a different kind of topic. I like talking, I like chatting, and I always like watching videos that incorporate that, so I thought I'd try to do it. And yeah, hopefully you guys like this video. If you guys have anything like that you've been thinking about throughout this video, please feel free to comment it down below. I would love to read them. I'd love to respond to them. And yeah, just say bye to everyone in the video. Okay, but hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.